are you, everyone? My name is Bob Colbert. I'm the host of the Table Talk podcast. Welcome. It's April 13th. This year's flying by. Spring's in full force. It's a beautiful day in California, at least for now. Yesterday was absolutely gorgeous. It was about 70, 75, at one point about 80 degrees. And so, absolutely gorgeous. Everything's springing into action. Sorry. Uh, so today, what we're going to be doing is talking about O.J. Simpson's death that happened on April the 10th, 2024. But so what I'll do before I do that, because that's kind of a somber kind of a message, I thought I'd go ahead and cover what the rest of the uh, what's in the news. First of all, let me get to it. I'll put you on full face cam. So this is a little bit of a happier note, I guess you want to call it. Anyway, credit CNN Entertainment here. So, a little bit of the other things in entertainment news. You're probably aware that the Golden Bachelor couple, Jerry Turner and Teresa Niss, have split 3 months after their wedding. Also, Kevin Costner breaks silence about the Yellowstone final season, but apparently there's also some news that Kevin Costner and Jewel are apparently dating, so stay tuned on that. There's also Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn debut. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker felt a little bit less alone in Folia Dos trailer, a new movie. On a sadder note, Jay Leno, formerly the Tonight Show host, he was granted conservatorship of his wife, Mavis Leno's estate. There's also a Melrose Place reboot in the works. And you may have heard, if you're into the country music scene, let me see if I got, where's that at? But apparently, Morgan Wallen, a little tipsy, in Eric Church's new bar, apparently threw a chair off the roof of that bar and nearly hit two police officers or some officers that were standing right up underneath it. So he's in a bit of trouble on that, was arrested. Yeah. Let's see. Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien says people who didn't know who he was on the new travel series were not that impressed. And apparently Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and Prince Harry have two new Netflix shows in production. I think I said there's a Melrose Place reboot in the works. And I think that's it for that. All right, so let's kind of go back to our topic for today. I'll start with this opening here. right here. I'll just go ahead. I credit ESPN on this. It's titled O.J. Simpson dies from cancer at age 76. Let me start that again.
Welcome back to SportsCenter. Shea Cornett, Amina Smith here with you. We will be going back out to Augusta for more live coverage of the Masters, which has just gotten underway. But in the meantime, we do have some breaking news to get to.
Yeah, let's get to that breaking news right now. Orenthal Simpson, the former football great who was accused of and ultimately acquitted of the brutal 1994 slayings of his ex-wife, Ann Rod Goldman, has died. According to his family, they put this out on social media. He was 76 years old. They say on April 10th, our father, Orenthal James Simpson, succumbed to his battle with cancer. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. During this time of transition, his family asks that you please respect their wishes for privacy and grace. That was a statement that was released on X earlier today.
My reaction to OJ.
All right. So I'll be reading from Wikipedia talking about O.J. Simpson. His name was Orenthal James Simpson. We know him pretty much as O.J. Simpson. Born July 9, 1947. Died April 10, 2024. He was an American football player and actor who was convicted of kidnapping and armed robbery. He played in the National Football League, NFL, for 11 seasons, primarily with the Buffalo Bills, and is regarded as one of the greatest running backs of all time. His professional success was overshadowed by his trial and controversial acquittal for the murders of his former wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman in 1994. Simpson played college football for the USC Trojans, where he won the Heisman Trophy as a senior and was selected first overall by the Bills in the 1969 NFL-AFL draft. During his 9 seasons with the Buffalo Bills, he received 5 consecutive Pro Bowl and first team All-Pro selections from 1972 to 1976. He also led the league in rushing yards 4 times, in rushing touchdowns twice, and in points scored in 1975. He became the first NFL player to rush for more than 2,000 yards in a season, earning him the NFL Most Valuable Player, and is the only NFL player to do so in a 14-game regular season. He holds the record for the single season yards per game average at 143.1. After retiring with the San Francisco 49ers in 1979, he acted in film and television and became a sports broadcaster. He was also in Hertz commercials, if you remember, running with a briefcase. And he was a spokesman for a wide variety of products and companies, notably Hertz. He was later inducted into multiple football halls of fame. Now, in regards to his marriage with Nicole Brown, Brown and Goldman were murdered in Los Angeles on the night of June 12, 1994. Simpson was charged with the murders and arrested after an incident in which he tried to flee the police in his friend's car, that white Bronco, I think. The internationally publicized murder trial lasted from January to October in 1995 and created racial divisions in the United States. He was ultimately acquitted on October 3rd 3 years later, he was found liable for the murders in a civil suit from the victims' families, and I believe that was a $33.5 million judgment, but has paid little of that judgment. In 2007, Simpson was subsequently arrested in Las Vegas, Nevada, and was charged with armed robbery and kidnapping. In 2008, he was convicted and sentenced to 33 years imprisonment with a minimum of 9 years without parole. He served his sentence at the Lovelet Correctional Center in rural Nevada until being paroled and released in 2017. He was released from parole in 2021 and lived in freedom until his death at age 76 from prostate cancer in 2024. A little bit on his early life. He was born in 1947 in San Francisco, California. Simpson was a son of Eunice Durden, an administrator at a psychiatric ward, and Jimmy Lee Simpson, a cook, a Federal Reserve Bank employee, and a custodian for both the bank and private club. His father was also a well-known drag queen in the Bay Area. I didn't know that. Wow. Interesting. Later in life, Jimmy Simpson announced that he was gay. I guess that's his father. Yeah, Jimmy Lee Simpson announced that he was gay, and he died of AIDS in 1986. I didn't know that either. Simpson's maternal grandparents were from Louisiana. His aunt gave him the name Orenthal, which she said was the name of a French actor that she liked. He was called OJ from birth and did not know that Orenthal was his given name until a teacher read it in third grade. Wow. Simpson had one brother, Melvin Leon Truman Simpson, one living sister, Shirley Simpson Baker, and one deceased sister, Carmelita Simpson Duria. Simpson grew up in San Francisco, lived with his family in the housing projects of the low-income Potrero Hill neighborhood. As a child, Simpson developed rickets and wore braces on his legs until the age of 5, giving him some bow-legged stance. He earned money by scalping tickets and collecting seat cushions at Kezar Stadium. After his parents separated in 1952, when Simpson was 4, he and his siblings were raised by their mother. In his early teenage years, Simpson joined a street gang called the Persian Warriors and was briefly incarcerated at San Francisco Youth Guidance Center. His future wife, Marguerite, who he dated in high school, described him as a really awful person then. After his third arrest, Simpson happened to meet with baseball star Willie Mays, who encouraged him to avoid trouble and youth in general. He said it helped persuade him to reform. At Galileo High School, now Galileo Academy of Science and Technology in San Francisco, Simpson played for the school football team, the Galileo Lions. Simpson then earned money by organizing dances, charging admission. He graduated in 1965. All right, that'll be enough on the reading, but I did want to touch on his let's see, let me go back to this video where I've got it written. All right, so again, this is a picture of O.J. Simpson in 1990. His formal name was Orenthal James Simpson. We know him as O.J. Simpson, and born July 9, 1947 in San Francisco, California, United States. He died April 10, 2024. He was age 76 in Las Vegas, Nevada, prostate cancer. Okay. All right. I thought I had the others. Hold up. One moment. I'll pull the other one up. Okay. He large, just this little bit for you. So his American football career, he was number 32. His position that he played for the Buffalo Bills was running back. Personal information: he was 6 foot 1 inch and weighed 212 pounds. His career information: high school was Galileo High School, San Francisco, California. His college career was CCSF, Community College San Francisco, I assume, 1965 to 66. USC, University of Southern California, 1967 to 68. He went into the NFL draft first round, pick 1 in 1969. And his career history was with the Buffalo Bills from 1969 to 1977, and then San Francisco 49ers from 1978 to 79. And yeah. All right. And I wanted to read about his awards. One moment. Yeah, I had closed it. Sorry. O.J. Simpson Wikipedia. I didn't mean to close that. All right, so now I'll go back to the full face count. Covers career highlights. It's kind of lengthy. All right. So let's start. He was in it. You can look to the right there. So he's NFL's most valuable player. Okay. In 1973, he was the NFL Offensive Player of the Year in 1973. He was 5 times first team All Pro from 1972 to 1976. And he was 5 times Pro Bowl 1972 to 76. And he was the AFL All-Star in 1969. He won the Burt Bell Award 1973, and he was the AP Athlete of the Year in 1973. He was a 3-time UPI AFC Offensive Player of the Year in 1972, 73, 75. He was a 4-time four-time NFL rushing yards leader, 1972, 1973, 1975, 1976. He was a two times NFL rushing touchdowns leader, 1973, 1975. NFL scoring leader, 1975. He was NFL 1970s All-Decade Team, NFL 75th Anniversary All-Time Team, NFL 100th Anniversary All-Time Team. He was Buffalo Bills Wall of Fame and national champion 1967, a Heisman Trophy winner 1968, Maxwell Award winner 1968, the Walter Camp Award winner 1967, a two times UPI Player of the Year 1967, 1968, the SN Player of the Year 1968. He was two-time unanimous All-American 1967, 1968, two-time first-team All-Pacific 8 1967, 1968. And U.S. Trojans number 232 were now retired. And the NJCAA All-American 1966. Okay. And his career NFL statistics. Let's see, rushing yards, 11,236 rushing yards. This is in the NFL. Rushing average, 4.7 yards. Rushing touchdowns, 61. Receptions had 203. Receiving yards, 2142. And receiving touchdowns, 14. All right. Let me go back to the top. Then what I'll do is go back to his picture. Let me see. Browse picture. There we go. Done. All right. Then I'll just. Okay. All righty. Well, he definitely remains a controversial figure in our cultural life, but there's no doubt that O.J. Simpson was a stellar athlete, and he wasn't too bad of an actor. I thought I enjoyed some of the characters that he played. I thought he did well on the commercials and product placements and things like that. So I enjoyed watching him, and during those years, I was in the 60s, those probably by below 10 years of age, so I probably didn't watch too much, but I tried. But anywho, but you know, we'll never know the truth one way or the other. The court, the judicial system of the United States acquitted him of murders of Nicole Brown and I forgot Goldman. Ron Goldman. Yeah. So we'll never know what the true state of the only God knows that. So, I mean, we can only hope that he made peace with the Lord You know, now as far as the Las Vegas, uh, my reading was that yeah, he probably did go and steal those items from that uh, person, whatever. I didn't really follow the case, but apparently those were items that did belong to him at one time, and whether they were stolen or he sold them, I'm not sure. I mean, I was a young man there, didn't really pay attention that much, but he was subsequently found by the same judicial system as guilty. So he did serve time in prison for that and was ultimately paroled. Uh, as far as I know, from the point he was paroled till his death, he led a quiet life, as far as I know. So hopefully productive. Anyway, it's definitely a mix of items there. Uh, so you have to kind of look at him, his life, and the impact to our culture, under a prism, of different time periods. No doubt he was a stellar athlete, and that's what I ultimately remember him for. And he also, did acting. I enjoyed some of those characters he played. I was real disappointed that he got caught up into the criminal activity, right or wrong. If he was guilty or not guilty, I don't know. So I'll leave it up. If you want to add your commentary, just add it into the description there. Comments, please, I welcome. So, anywho, that's all I have for today. I did think, if you're into the country music, I thought that the Morgan Wallen deal, where he obviously inebriated in Eric Church's bar, goes up on the roof and throws chairs off there, and could have potentially killed 2 officers. It's my understanding that he's had issues with sobriety, drinking, so he's undoubtedly extremely talented musician, country music singer, no doubt. But if he's got a personal issue with sobriety and drinking, I would really pray and hope that he would kind of work that out, and yeah, before it ultimately destroys him. Well, wherever you are on this planet, Saturday, whether it's morning, evening, or Sunday, wherever you are, hope you have a great weekend. And I guess we'll see you next week on the Table Talk podcast. So y'all take care, my friends. We'll see you later. Yeah, on the Table Talk. Take care. Yeah.
What you do, you want to me, but I can't let it go so easily. Until I see what it could be eternity or just a week. But yeah, our chemistry is off the chain, it's perfect now, but will it change? Just ain't a yes, just ain't a no. Just do your thing, we'll see how it go. Rush it, don't succeed. Yeah, dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again. Rush it, don't succeed. You can dust it off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again.